Well, hello. My name is Gant and welcome back to Ace Academy. Last episode, we went to Valerie to a club and we were having fun and everything, so that happened. Then we went home. It was the character's mother's birthday, right? You know, his dead mom. And Nikki made a cake. Then she got sad and, ran away a little bit to a park. I calmed her down and now we have a motel that is happy. Now, let's continue with the video. I wake up at the first sound of my alarm and jump out of bed. I need to meet my friends at the train station so we can all head over to the hot springs together. And I'd rather not be the last one there. They might leave without me. Just kidding. No, they wouldn't. Would they? Either way, I throw on some clothes and race to pack up what I need. After grabbing a quick breakfast, I hop on my bike and I drive to the train station. I haven't been back here since my arrival to Isokaze. It's exactly the same as I remembered it. People bustling back and forth, and the whole station is blanketed with a buzz of conversations. For some reason, the familiarity is comforting. I purchase my ticket and find Cowdy, Mayu, Valerie, and Yuna are already waiting on the platform. Hey! Yuna and Valerie waves as I approach, while Mayu smiles and Cowdy nods in greeting.
You made it!
Of course I made it. So did you. I glance around us. Where's Sho?
Running late, like usual. He'll be here.
I hope so. He has all of our tickets. Cowdy gives me a look. I mean, of course he'll be here. Why wouldn't he? He's such a great guy. Don't you agree, ladies? Yeah, he's a great guy. She crosses her arms, but otherwise falls silent. Even Yuna looks worried as she checks the time. We still got a few minutes before the train comes. As the second tick by, even I'm beginning to lose hope. Thankfully, Sho soon appears.
Hey guys, ready to get our heat on?
We stare at Sho.
That came out wrong.
Yeah, like, totally. He looks around, a wide grin on his face.
Awesome, the gang's all here!
Hell yeah, we're ready to get the hot springs on, you know what I mean. The laborious roar of engines is heard before the train is in sight. Sho points to the approaching train.
Just in time too, because here's the train.
You were cutting it really close, Sho.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, he cut it really close, man. Like, imagine if it just left and it's like, when will the other train be here? In 4 hours. No, I hate that shit, man. Like, waiting too long. Oh, I hate that so much. Like, when was it? Waiting for an airplane, like, because you gotta get there early, right? So, like, I like to get there either 3 or 2 hours early, but it's so boring. But I know my dumb ass will be like, Sho and make it the last time if I don't get there early, so, yeah.
I'm right on time.
Exactly. Everyone quiets down as we get ready to board. We settle into our seats and enjoy the ride. When we arrive, we step off of the train and stretch our legs. There's a beautiful hotel in the distance, and the hot springs are tucked in the mountains behind it.
Alright, here we are safe and sound. Let's go check in first.
Sho leads the way to the hotel and we trail behind, enjoying the scenery. I breathe in deeply, letting the crisp mountain air fill my lungs. Just being here already helps me feel rejuvenated. We enter the hotel and the front desk agent gives us the keys to our rooms. Valerie and Yuna are bunking together, while Cowdy and Mayu share a room. Obviously, that leaves Sho and I to share the last room. The girls disappear into their rooms, but not before agreeing to meet right outside the hotel in 10 minutes. Sho and I enter our room, and he immediately flops on the bed closest to the window.
I claim this bed.
He claimed the one close to the window, right? Yeah, take it. I don't like that shit, man. Like, I have a weird feeling like when I'm by the window of a hotel, man, there's like some guy like peeking in, even though you're up 2 stories. It's like fear, guys. So I rather not be close to the window. All right, I'm fine with this bed. I drop my bags on the closest bed to the wall and the doorway. I don't like being next to the window anyway. Even with the curtains closed, I still feel too exposed. Yeah, like someone's watching, you know?
Exposed?
Like if we were to open the curtains, a face would be staring in. Sho looks warily at the window.
Don't say things like that. Do you want me to have nightmares?
You know why I hate that too? Cause what movie did I see? I saw The Grudge. You ever see The Grudge, the second one? Where like that one girl with the hood is like in her room, right? And the little boy comes in and the windows are all covered, right? And like are covered with newspapers, right? Then one newspaper falls and you see eyes and it's like, ugh, no, I can't handle that shit, man. Not at all. Sorry. Once we have a chance to rest and put down our things, we head down into the lobby and wait outside. The girls trickle in a few minutes later. Should we go for a soak now?
We want to save that for tonight. Trust me, it's way more relaxing at the end of the day.
I know, right? Like at the end, cause I've been in jacuzzi, right? So I'm thinking it's like kind of the same way. It's so relaxing. Like you want to do like all the boring shit first, right? Like walking, running, doing whatever, right? Then just relax, like just relax in the hot soak, man. I want to do hot springs because they sound cool, man. You see them so much in anime and stuff, and it's like I want to do it. Okay, let me get back into this. What should we do instead? Sho pulls out the tickets and studies the text on there.
What about...
Mayu's voice trails off. What about what?
What if we toured the gardens?
Ooh, flowers. I'm not really a flowers guy, but like, it, like, you know, like getting them in pots, but like looking at someone's garden is really beautiful. And fucking, what's that one show, Game of Thrones, you know, where they have the gardens and they talk about schemes and everything. Like, those gardens are pretty cool, man. Like, if they look like that, like, that would be fun walking through it. But if it's like, oh, my mom planted a garden outside, it's like, cool, but not that fun. She points to the side clearing of blossoms and trees.
They look really pretty.
We get a discounted price for the tours too, since we already have tickets to the hot springs.
Ooh, that's really cool. I love discounts, man. I think it's because I'm poor and like anything that has a discount, it's like, get it. Or anything with a coupon, it's like, use it. It's just fun, man. Even if I wasn't poor, like even if I was rich, I'll still use coupons and discount and like to take discounts and stuff because, you know what I mean? You gotta save money. Valerie jumps excitedly.
Let's do it then.
Hell yeah. She races towards the gardens.
Wait! Don't just run off like that!
Cowdy takes off after her as the rest of us scramble to catch up. Luckily, we arrive right before the next scheduled tour, and we are all able to secure a spot with the group. The tour guide leads us on a gravel path and speaks non-stop about the history of the garden and each plant that we see. The history stuff is kind of cool. I wish I had the money to commission my own garden paradise, but does this guy really have to go into detail about every single plant? Like seriously, like who wants to learn about the history of roses? Are you kidding me? I love to see the garden and its masterpieces, but this is a rose. This is a sunflower. This is... No, it's like it's boring. Come on. I survey the flowers and trees around me. Bright petals of colors sway gently in the breeze, and a few of them float towards our feet. I wonder how they keep this place so green all this time of year. At this time of year. As I glance around the group, everyone seems to be focused on the greenery around us, except for Sho, who seems to be focused on a perky hard body in a separate guide group further down the path. Enjoying the view? Sho snaps back to reality and grins.
You know it, Broseph. It's beautiful.
Yeah, the garden is nice too. Sho pauses, then looks embarrassed.
Was I that obvious?
Only if you consider openly staring obvious.
Well, what do you think of her? Cute, right?
Hell yeah, man. Like, I messed up so badly, like, I'm not gonna get any of these girls in the Ace Academy, so like, hell yeah, you know? I certainly don't blame you for staring, man. Oh, man. Can I tell a story where it's like, I almost... it happened like a week ago. Was it a week ago or a couple days ago? No, yeah, it was last week. I almost got in a car crash. Like, I almost hit a parked car while I was driving. Cause, I was staring at this girl with a big ass. And I almost hit a parked car. You ever do those things if you're driving, like, you just teeter to one side, like your right side, right? Then, like, you look back and you're like, oh shit, and you move real quickly. That's exactly what happened, and it was so crazy. I gotta stop staring, man, when I'm driving. But you know, like, I wasn't driving too fast. It was residential. It was like, I was going 25, right? And I'm like, just staring, because he was kind of ahead of me. I'm just staring. While my car was going slowly to my right side. Man, I gotta stop that, but... Can you blame me, man? I'm just a man who hasn't had a girl since middle school. Like, can you blame me? Yes, yeah, you're objectifying women. Of course we could blame you. And you almost killed yourself by being a dumbass. Well, yeah. Okay, let's get back to it. Sho chuckles nervously.
Let's not focus so much on me staring at her. We should go talk to her.
I'm not sure Mayu would appreciate you doing that.
Not for me, for you.
What? Dude, he's trying to be a wingman, just go with it.
I'm going to wingman for you. It'll be a thank you for all those times you helped me out.
Hell yeah, man, let's do it. That's really not necessary. My protest falls on deaf ears as Sho already starts to lag from the group. After he creates enough space, he hops off the path and walks through the garden. What are you doing?
Taking a shortcut. We can't catch up to them by hanging around the group.
Smart thinking, man. He grins.
I know.
We pass our own group before hopping back on the path. I step back with no incident, but Sho trips and waves his arms wildly to balance himself.
Whoa!
He fails to keep his balance, but before he can faceplant on the hard gravel, I step in and catch him. As I continue to hold him up, Sho looks at me with admiration in his eyes.
You saved me, Broseph.
You would have done... Sorry, I just read it, it's so stupid. You would have done the same for me. Suddenly, a croaky voice yells out.
Get a room!
Just look at his face, like, he's like, oh, yeah, I've never seen you this way before. You're so lovely. Have you did something to your hair? It's so beautiful. Just look at it. I don't know what it is, man. Everyone around us freezes as one. We turn towards the boys and see an old Japanese man waving his cane angrily in the air. Sho quickly removes himself from my arms and holds up his hands defensively.
Hey, it's not what you think!
Yes, it is. It is what you think. Yeah, I like girls. We are boyfriend and boyfriend. I like this one. We're gonna joke around. Hold on. Let me drink water. Because the first one could be fun too. Like, yeah, we like girls, you know what I mean? We're frat boys. Girls for life. But I get to see this one like, oh my god, we're boyfriend and boyfriend. Okay. Yeah, we're on our way to get a room.
Yeah, what?
We may be young and attractive, but we aren't barbarians. Like, jeez.
What are you even saying?
The old man frowned so hard, his wrinkles grows wrinkles.
It's not right. Back in my day, love was between a man and a woman.
Well then, back then in your day, we didn't have technology like we have now, like the internet and all that. Back then, people died when they were like 30, so chill out. Well, a lot has changed since the age of the dinosaurs.
You damn miscreants!
You damn old people. Ugh, you look so rotten. Go away. I don't want to see you. You're growing fungus by the min... Shit, I don't even know what I'm saying. With one last grumpy harp, or whatever, the old man hobbles away towards the trees. I thought we had to stay on the path.
Forget about him. Let's just refocus our efforts.
Show's face falls. I follow his line of sight and grimace as the cute girl laughs at us. Maybe we should just go back.
Yeah. Sorry, Broseph.
It's not your fault, man. It was that old guy. If he didn't say nothing, literally, if he didn't say nothing, we would have went to talk with the cute girl, and I would have got some. But at last, it did not happen. It's okay. I'll never find love. Regrettably, we spend some more time together before rejoining the group. The tour was very beautiful, and I enjoyed the luxury pace we took around the gardens. Although I did learn a lot more about plants than I've ever wanted to know. Once the tour was over, we regrouped back outside the hotel. How did everyone enjoy the tour? Mayu sighs dreamily.
The flowers were so beautiful. I felt like I was walking through a fairy tale.
I'm glad you had fun, Mayu. I thought it was really pretty too, but I found the history of the place to be the most interesting part.
Cowdy shrugs.
Yeah, it was alright.
That's probably my reaction. Unless it was really beautiful, or like the history like the history has to be like fucking good, like back then during the wait, no, this is Japan, right? Back then during the Sengoku Jidai, many samurai had fallen in battle over this place. To commemorate their you know what I mean, their heroism, they built this garden or whatever. It has to be something like that, because if it's like, oh yeah, some rich asshole loved gardens, right? So he built one, and yeah, that's the history of the place, and it's like, that's boring, you know what I mean? It has to be something cool like that. Or like, you know what I mean, like some like pyramids, like the pyramids in in Mexico. These pyramids were made by the Mayans, the Mayan people of Mesoamerica. You know what I mean? It has to be something cool. And right next to the pyramids, they built a garden, which is pretty cool. It has to be a cool history about it, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really care about like, oh, do you look at these pretty flowers and look how like a gardener put them in a certain way to make it artistic. It's like, yeah, it's cool, but it's not my thing. Art's never been my thing. That's my brother. I'm about history and story of stuff.
It reminded me a little bit of home. On the outskirts of town, there was a cute little museum which also included a garden walk. That sounds really nice. It was.
I thought it was good, but I could have used less of all that flower talk.
You aren't the only one.
I thought it was informative.
Like, don't get me wrong, Mayu, it's cool, but he went over the top. Like, he's giving us the history, like, these roses, they're normally found in, like, in Europe somewhere. Some bullshit European country, right? In a small bullshit town. So small, it's not even on a map. That's how crazy it is. And we brought them over and we raised these plants like they were our own. And it wasn't until their 18th birthday when we told them that they were adopted. I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't know what it is. Like, I start a joke and I go into like the story and like I forget halfway and I'm like, where is this going? I don't know.
But enough of that. It's now time for the main event.
Oh, he's not even gonna say it? Main event. Hot springs.
Yay! I cannot wait to soak in that glorious water.
Same here.
Maya grins and even Coyote cracks a smile. We eagerly follow Sho into the hotel where he presents our tickets. We have to wait what felt like a couple of hours at least while they prepped the place. Afterwards, an attendant leads Sho and I to the male changing room while other attendants lead the girls away. Ooh. This is the same art style that they used for Crystalline and I think Athenra Enigma, man. But you know what I mean? Like, when you have like stuff like this, it's good to reuse them. But at least make them a little bit different. Now what I'm talking about is visual novels. Which is pretty cool, man, because like the art style could always be as amazing and always be the same. It's not like if you make like a 3D game, you know what I mean? Where it's like, you've got to change it, else it's just going to be the same crap all over again. As is customary, we stripped down and rinsed ourselves thoroughly before entering the adjoining hot springs. I can feel the difference in temperature as soon as I step out of the room. There are a few other men spread out in the pool. They all look to be young and close to my age. Sho and I slowly wade into the hot spring. I dip my feet in and my toes tingle from the rush of heat. Carefully, I lowered the rest of me into the water and instantly relaxed in the warmth. Sho lets out a contented sigh.
Ah, this is the life.
I nod and I close my eyes. I listen to the soft sounds of nature mixed with the low murmur of voices from other patrons. The waters are mostly still, only rippling when someone enters or leaves the spring. The water gently eases out of any remaining tension in my muscles. And as I let out a deep breath, I wish this moment can last forever.
Hey guys.
What the fuck? Akira?
Akira?
I blink my eyes open at the sound of a familiar voice. Akira has a small towel resting on his head.
Fancy seeing you here.
I was just about to say that to you. What are you doing here?
We can't stay on campus today, so instead of practicing, my team and I decided to do the next best thing. Heal in the hot springs.
I squint at the other men in the spring. No wonder they all look my age.
That's why everyone looks so familiar.
I'm surprised we didn't recognize you guys. Akira smiles.
We look different without our uniforms. It took me a few minutes before I recognized you two.
I'm not gonna lie, like, I went to school of uniforms. It was a middle school right here in East Los Belvedere Middle School, man. I fucking hate uniforms. But it is true, when you take them off, people do look different, and it's crazy. Because, like, you have to wear, like, a gray, like, polo shirt and gray pants. Well, it wasn't all gray. It's like, you could either pick with the pants, they're either gray, you know, like kind of brown, like light brown, khakis. Like the khakis color. And I think that's it. While for polo shirts, they were gray, burgundy, and white. But like you always see people like in these uniforms and it's like it was so boring. Anyway, what was I going for this? Yeah, people look different, man. Like I look different because I would like to wear cool shit. And my friends would always look at me like, wow, like outside of school when I would actually dress in the cool shit, like, wow, yeah, it looks pretty cool. Like, not because I would wear a gray polo and gray pants, man. And I used to look such a dork. Anyway, let's continue. In the distance, I hear a high-pitched squeal. Was that the girls?
I think so.
Their spring is right next to ours.
Show perks up.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder what they're talking about.
Let's find out.
You mean eavesdrop?
It's not eavesdropping if we're just checking on their well-being.
You know what? I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that. This can only end poorly. Great minds think alike. But I'm so comfortable. Okay. It could only end poorly. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm so comfortable. Like, I'm not gonna lie, man. If I'm really comfortable in, like, anything, I will not budge. It does not matter what it is. Like, what was it? When I was younger, my parents would be like, you wanna go, like, to Disneyland or, you know what I mean? Like, or go to a party, right? Which could be really fun, but, like, if I'm comfortable on the couch, it's like, nah, I'm gonna stay here, you know what I mean? Like, I'm so comfortable. I'm comfy. I'm gonna pick this one. No. You know what? I'm gonna pick the first one. Or, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to be, like, too comfortable where it's like, I miss going over there. I'm gonna pick the second one. Because I want to see if we can actually go over there. Great minds think alike. There's only one thing wrong with your idea.
What?
The fact that you said it instead of me. Show grins.
You've got to be quick. That's how you don't get caught.
I nod. Akira climbs out of the water.
I know a way we can slip in unseen.
Akira, you wanna peek at these ladies too? You know what? Maybe I'm wrong about you. Maybe you are a cool guy. Like, I have like a whole theory where it's like, this guy is gonna be like an asshole towards the end or something, but you know what? Maybe he is a pretty cool guy. How exactly do you know this?
I can't give away my sources.
Sho and I look at each other, then shrug. I might have expected this type of behavior from Sho, but definitely not Akira. We follow him out of the pool and into the changing room, where we each grab towels. Then Akira leads us through an employee entrance and into a tunnel hallway. The hallway opens up right beside a large rock enclave surrounding the women's hot springs, which keeps us perfectly out of sight. Giggling floats around us as we peek over the rocks. Just our luck, Valerie, Yuna, Mayu, Cowdy, and May are right in front of us. Sho and I share a look, as if to silently ask, May's here too? Then we shrug. If Akira's here, it only makes sense that May would be here too. Ooh, hello, ladies.
It's your turn, Valerie.
Okay.
Truth or dare?
Dare.
Okay, truth.
What? No, I picked dare.
Right, truth.
May turns to the rest of the girls.
What should we ask her?
Mayu blushes.
What is it like being with a boy?
Ooh. Everyone stares at her with wide eyes, and Mayu's face turns even redder.
Why would you ask me that?
Because, you know.
You know, because, you know, you're a fucking hoe. Even Cowdy's cheeks are pink, but I can't tell whether it's from the question or the heat of the water. Valerie blinks.
Oh, right, okay. You see...
Her voice trails off and my breath catches in my throat. Is this really happening right now? Sho and Akira both focus intently on the conversation.
How do I put this?
I said she was a hoe earlier, but I'm just thinking like, is she like one of those girls who like act hoish, but like in reality they're innocent, you know what I mean? It's because you see that a lot in East LA, like a lot. And I wonder if it's her, you know what I mean? She pauses again as she thinks.
Okay, basically, imagine you have a motherboard. On the different sockets, you have to add the different components. So first you put in the CPU, and then the RAM, a graphics card, some sort of storage drive.
What? Just even look at her, she's like, I have no idea what I'm saying, but I'm gonna say it because they don't know it, right? They don't... Maybe May knows. May's just standing right there like, she's not even blushing, she's like, I want to hear what she says.
Oh, and the power supply. You can't forget the power supply. That is what? Supplies power. And once all those pieces are ready, then it's time to make sure all the wires are connected. Some graphics cards require a 6-pin connector while others need an 8-pin. Some also require 2 sets of connectors depending on the power draw requirements.
Dude, you know what? I'm not learning about, how it is to be with someone else, but you know what I am learning? How to build a PC. Like, that's, I actually want to build a PC. Because I don't want to buy another one because this PC was a piece of crap what I bought. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I could hardly play any games. And it sucks. So, you know what I mean? She's teaching me how to build a PC.
It's also important to pick a good case because you want to make sure everything is well protected but still has strong airflow. Having a strong cooling system is important when things heat up.
As Valerie continues for her explanation, the girls struggle to follow along. Mayu's brows are furrowed, but she nods every so often, listening closely to Valerie's words, which is bullshit, I'm not gonna lie, because I don't understand it. There's like no analogy at all to sex. You know what I mean? Yeah, how do you know? You never had it? It's like, yeah, I never had it, but it's like, you could look it up. You know that, right? That's a thing called the internet. You could look up, I don't want to say the word because innocent children are probably hearing this right now. Okay, I'm gonna say it. Sex. We're talking about sex here. And there's no analogy whatsoever. He basically told me how to build a PC. Yuna just seems plain confused. Look at me. I'm sorry, I had to look at Yuna. Just look at her face like, the audacity of this bitch! We told her how it is, you know what I mean, to have sex, but she doesn't tell us nothing. What a fucking bitch! Just look at her face, she looks pissed. Yuna just seems plain confused, although she tries her best to follow along. Cowdy frowns thoughtfully, and I can almost see the gears in her brain trying to piece together the image Valerie is describing. The image, I could just imagine, okay, a case, a power supply, like, once she, like, completes everything, it's like, oh, she's teaching me how to build a fucking PC. You motherfucker. Only May sits with her eyebrows raised and her arms crossed to her chest.
None of this makes sense.
Of course none of it makes sense. Valerie freezes and looks a little panicked.
What?
May studies Valerie's expression and discomfort, then she smiles, triumphantly, as if she solved a puzzle.
Oh, you've never actually been with.
Valerie laughs loudly over May's voice.
You're so silly, May. What are you even talking about?
Your analogy doesn't describe it at all.
Of course it doesn't describe it. She taught me how to build a PC. Cowdy crosses her arms.
If she's not right, then what's it supposed to be?
May grins mischievously.
Well, when a man and a woman love each other very much.
But you know what, I'm surprised? None of these girls, well, maybe her, maybe May, but none of these girls, had, let's just say, relations. Which is surprising. Because, how do I say this? Because in East Los, I'm gonna speak because I am a Hispanic male living in a Hispanic, area. This may be different throughout the whole United States. This may be different in your area. This may be different, maybe whole worldwide. But let me tell you about East Los, right? I'm the only odd one that never been, that never had relations. Like everyone I knew, because everyone I knew had relations. And how do I know this? Because literally more than half of my senior class have kids. You know what I mean? So, and I knew people even before that. Before they didn't even, I don't think they finished high school. I think they got their GED because they had kids. You get what I'm saying? I'm the odd one, and I'm struggling. It's there's 5 girls here, right? Only one of them. If this was East Los and you got 5 girls, it would be 4 have already done it, and the only one that didn't really do anything is because she wasn't ready, but he was almost gonna do it, but didn't do it. You know what I mean? There's no story where it's oh yeah, the opportunity never came up. It's no, bullshit. Man, I'm a loser. For the East Los standards, I'm a loser. Okay, let me get back to it. Well, but you know what I mean? Because they're in Japan, maybe it's different. Because they don't have kids, literally, they don't have kids. That's why they don't have kids. There's really a small population of children in Japan right now. And it's really sad. Because they're not having kids. Send all these people from East Los over there. They'll get them kids, They'll give them kids, so... It'll be like chia pets for kids, ba 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 cha 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 chia. Cause we grow like crazy. Blup. I look over at Sho. He has leaned too far forward and accidentally wobbled an unstable pebble, which rolls over into the spring. As one, the girls look over in our direction, then shriek.
Run!
Akira, run! We scramble into the safety of the hallway and head back into the men's changing room.
Do you think they saw us?
No. You wanna know why no? Because I believe Cowdy would have killed us if she would have saw us. Cowdy would have went Super Saiyan and murdered the 3 of us. They probably saw you. The blood leaves Sho's face.
No! Akira, please, tell me otherwise.
It was pretty dark. Maybe they just saw a silhouette.
Sorry, I was drinking water. For your sake, I hope that's all they saw.
If I fall, I'm dragging you down with me.
No. You cannot do that to a bro like that. Literally, do not do that, man. Literally, if they would have caught me, I wouldn't have sold you out. Fucking snitch. If you're gonna snitch on an enemy, you could snitch on an enemy, but you don't snitch on your homies. You might be saying yeah, that's not the saying. Snitches get stitches. No matter if they're enemies or whatever, because you've been seeing all the crime dramas or anything, but in reality, with Mexicans at least, I don't know about any other race, if you snitch, it's gotta be for an enemy, and he's gonna go to a jail where our people in the inside will kill that puto. But you don't snitch on your homies, you know what I mean? You never snitch on your homies. Me? I was in the men's hot springs the entire time. Isn't that right, Akira?
Of course.
We did nothing wrong, Sho.
You guys!
You see, he got my back. How's he a true homie? Because I never talked to him. How is he a true homie and not you, Sho? Explain that. Once our pounding hearts subside, we return to the men's hot springs as if nothing happened. As soon as our time was up, we left with the rest of the group. This way, it could have been anyone who disturbed the girls. Akira rejoined his teammates while Sho and I changed back into our clothes. We wait for the girls in the hotel lobby. We agreed to meet here for dinner, right? Sho answers nervously.
Yep.
After 15 minutes, they still haven't emerged. Sho shifts from foot to foot.
Do you think they really saw me there and now they've gone ahead without us?
I wouldn't blame them. They can't go without us. They can't go without us. You have the tickets.
Yeah, but those were to get into the hot springs. Dinner is separate.
Oh, then yeah, I suppose theoretically it's possible, but I bet they're just taking forever to get ready because they're women. You know what? I've never thought I would ever say that. Like, cause they're women. Like, yeah, they take so long with makeup and, getting ready. They're always taking so long, like, damn, get ready. No, that's not me at all.
What if this is all part of their plan for revenge? Leave us here waiting while they're all eating delicious food and laughing at us.
Well, if they were doing that, it's like, we could go in. If they went in without us, we could go in and we could eat by ourselves. A dinner for two. Because, we're boyfriend and boyfriend.
Or maybe they've retired to one of their hotel rooms, dressed in their PJs, continuing their conversation.
Sho, that doesn't sound bad at all. Like, none of it sounds bad. I'm just going to stop you right there.
But I was just getting to the good part.
What was the good part? That's a pretty lame revenge as far as revenge goes, though.
I suppose that's true.
Because that was really lame, are you kidding me? We wait a while longer before the girls finally appear. Cowdy glowers at us as she marches over. Valerie and Yuna both look grave, and even Mayu looks stern. Sho leans over to me.
Oh God, they know. Should we just tell them?
Keep cool. Don't be a pendejo. Keep cool, stay calm, and everything's gonna be alright. Just follow my lead. The girls finally pause in front of us. Are you okay? Cowdy glares at the two of us and crosses her arms.
Of course not. We are surrounded by perverts.
Sho's eyes widen in panic, and even I'm beginning to feel anxious. I was just teasing him before, but maybe they really did see us. It was all Sho's fault. Come clean. Okay, none of this is good. Okay, first of all, we're not gonna betray Sho. Not even if he said that he was gonna take me down with him. That's still my bro right there. You don't go against the bro code. Come clean, that's stupid because all these girls, like, I could just see them, right? Like, we come clean and out of nowhere they pull out knives and like, you motherfucker! Play it off. Lie. Like, it's not that hard. Lie. You'll be saved. Lie. Cause look at all of them. Well, these two. Except Mayu. Mayu just looks like, I don't know what's going on. And Yuna just looks upset. Like, they'll kill us. They'll pull out like katanas or I'm thinking because of France, I'm like saying rapiers, but I don't think they were made in France. But you know what I mean? They will kill us. We gotta play it off. Oh really? Did something happen?
We were being spied on while we were relaxing in the hot springs.
Oh shit, she's pissed now. She's gonna pull out a katana too.
Huh? That's terrible. Who would do such a thing?
Sho, let me handle it, alright? Sho's voice is slightly higher pitched than normal. I glance at him and try to motion for him to calm down. He'll blow our cover otherwise.
I don't know, but I intend to find out.
Cowdy scans the lobby, Looking for perverts, I assume. Looking for perverts, I assume. Just look at her, she's like, pervert. Her eyes like, scanning for perverts. She only sees Sho. Sho relaxes.
Maybe you should just let it go.
Now she's gonna be looking at you. Watch, they're all gonna be looking at you because you're prime suspect number 1 for being a pervert.
What? How can you suggest that?
And let them get away with a free show?
That's not right!
Okay, now Maya's pissed. 3 katanas, 1 rapier. They're gonna kill us. Sho and I instinctively take a step back from their indignation. Do you see who was watching you?
No.
Then how are you going to find them?
The girls fall silent.
We'll just know.
I raise an eyebrow and crosses my arms. Are you sure you were even being watched? Sho catches my eye as if to say, good one, Broseph.
Yes.
How can you be sure how could you be sure if you didn't see anyone? Cowdy falters and looks at the rest of the girls for backup.
There was a pebble that rolled into the water from an outcrop of rocks. It's the perfect place for someone to hide and peep.
That doesn't really explain nothing.
Or maybe it was an animal.
Yes. Sho, thank you for the backup. Thanks for the assist.
An animal?
Yeah, the springs are outside. It's kind of hard to stop all the wildlife from running about.
I suppose it's possible.
He looks uncertainly at Cowdy.
Or it could have been a person. Those rocks were a little too conveniently placed to have just been a careless animal.
Mayu nods.
We told the hotel manager about it too. So now they're aware and also on the lookout.
Sho seems worried again, but after listening to this conversation, I'm convinced they have no way of finding out it was us. Okay, well, since you already alerted the hotel, maybe we should let them investigate and find the peeper, and we can just enjoy our dinner. Yuna nods.
That's probably the best course of action.
Thank God, I'm starving.
Do you ever not think about food?
Hey, food is number 1 in everyone's mind. It's for survival, lady. Like, what, you think just because we live in better circumstances than our ancestors that we cannot stop thinking about food? How selfish of you, Cowdy. You're probably thinking of food right now. But just because a pervert almost watched you, you're not thinking about food? Like, come on, food is number 1.
I haven't eaten since lunch. I think I'm allowed to be hungry.
Mayu giggles.
Let's go before you faint from hunger.
I hope the food is good.
Me too. Tension lifts as we walk towards the dining room. That was too close for comfort. When we arrive at the dining hall, we settle down at our table. The hotel offers a prefix menu, so all we had to do was confirm our number of dinners. Then the waitress puts in the orders for our meals. Whatever happened to May?
She didn't want to stay after the incident, so she went to find her teammates.
Dude, how... no, they're gonna find out right now. How do we know about May? How do we know? You know what I mean? They're gonna clock it. They're gonna be like, wait, how do you know about May? we're dead right now. I wonder if she ever got a chance to finish her explanation. Soon, the food arrives. It's a simple tray of rice, fish, and pickled vegetables. We quiet down as we all dig in. I haven't realized how hungry I was until now. I feel a buzz in my pocket. As I pull out my phone, I notice all of my teammates are checking their phones too. It's a group email from Dasu. They're reminding us about our coaching session that was scheduled for tomorrow. It seems they received confirmation that Coach Ivan will be on campus to give us a few pointers before our match on Thursday. Yuno wears a broad grin.
Did you all get that email?
Yeah.
I'm so glad Coach Ivan will be on campus.
Now who's Coach Ivan?
Me too! Oh, he's one of my idols.
Really?
Of course! He's a working legend!
How come I've never heard of him before?
He's almost as famous as the Akamis.
Sho looks thoughtful.
Actually, Mayu, doesn't your family know him?
Yes, but not very well. They respect each other, of course, but aren't close friends. That's why I've never met him.
I'm looking forward to what he can teach this team. There's a reason why he's won 3 championships and received the MVP award twice.
Wow, this guy sounds impressive.
I heard no matter where he goes, he always wears his signature helmet.
Valerie's heard of him too?
Huh, I've heard that too.
I wonder if he'll wear it tomorrow.
Probably.
The team continues to talk excitedly about tomorrow's training session. I soak in each story or rumors about the team shared about him. And the more I hear about him, the more enthusiastic I feel about meeting him. After we finish up our meals, I want to take another dip in the hot springs. After all, my first session was kind of interrupted. Sho happily agreed, but the girls firmly refused. They said their goodnights and retired to their rooms. Sho and I relaxed in the hot water until we both sniffling yawns. Then we decide to return to our rooms as well. After all, we have an early morning train to catch. I'm exhausted and collapse onto my bed. As soon as my head hits the pillow, I fall asleep. And that's where I'm gonna end it there. Yeah, that was amazing. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie, that was amazing. I'm just stretching right now. Oh fuck. I love this game. Even though I messed up, I know I messed up. Like, I'm not getting any routes with anyone. None of the girls, you know what I mean? I messed up badly, but, you know, we could always do that for filler. If you like this episode, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, and leave a comment. Alrighty, this is farewell, and as always, bye bye.